The Atari collection, some PS1. We actually got a PS1, dude.
Yeah.
Check the springs. Yeah, it's kind of broken. You think we should fix it?
Yeah, this looks like a good project.
Yes. Okay. You think we should go with that?
Yep.
You want to look for some controllers? And some. We still need the AV. We've got the power.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like sorting through that mess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can stop by Game Over and get some stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth like.
Yeah, because this is probably the only one. Yeah. It's pretty broken. We can probably pick you up one on the way home.
You want the performance dual impact too?
Oh yes. Okay. Hey dude, you can. Oh, this is PS2. Never mind. Yeah, I think we're pretty much good.
Yeah, let's just.
All right, you ready?
Look at me, I'll find if I'm me and you. Somewhere where we can be so.
Checking out, and the guy said he'd give us the entire collection for $5, including the console, power cord, AV cable, and 2 memory cards. All the entire thing, just $5.
So now all we need is some games and some controllers. We're also gonna try to fix that broken button on there. See if we just basically got to find out if it works.
Yep.
But I'm pretty excited. All right, you ready? So we just bought another box of compressed air for some nice cleaning. That sick Inland brand. So here's our PS1. The tray button is broken because you see it gets stuck down in there. And then when you close, oh, it actually held that time. See, whenever you normally click it though, you have to kind of hit it up to get it to lock into place. So we're going to try to fix that. We actually did test this in store, and unfortunately the disc reader is having some minor troubles, so we might need to fix that. We're going to go ahead and clean it some. So let's go ahead and get started and unscrew this. So I got my screwdriver right here. Oh boy, look at all that residue that came off. And this was just from like the external, like kind of where the disk drive closes up right here. Kind of from there. And then I also got a little bit off of some of the edges and stuff. But wow, that's just very, very dirty. I might clean kind of the disc tray now. But geez, that's... Can you put it back on, please?
Okay.
So we can hear it again.
There we go. Alright. Is it recording?
Yeah.
Alright, so, when I go to test this, alright, just flip that. Tries to spin up.
But it doesn't really necessarily feel like...
Doing anything.
Yeah, like, you can see the struggle that it's giving. I mean, probably not from a camera's perspective, but there's definitely some sort of struggle kind of going on here. And we don't really want to push the laser too hard, because then it can kind of mess up our disc. And we don't really want that to happen. So... we're going to keep kind of looking through this and seeing what else we could really do with this. Yep. And this kind of tells you that, you know, some stuff may seem like a good deal, but there is a lot of possibilities and problems. So, yeah, you can go ahead and go with cheap stuff. That might seem like a good deal, but overall, I would just buy it from somebody who kind of knows what they're doing and knows that it works.
Yeah.
But, I mean, really, whenever it gets so cheap like this, I mean, sometimes you got to have a little fun and buy some stuff, you know, even if it doesn't really work the way you want it to. Yep. So we're going to try to get this working a little bit. I'm going to go back to cleaning the top of this case because it is actually really dirty. I mean, I don't even know how, but it is very dirty like this. My PlayStation actually over here isn't that bad, but, I mean, I didn't buy it from like an actual like store. I bought it from a thrift store for around $14, and it worked. The only problem was that it had a broken spindle, which was kind of bad. But replacing those were like a couple dollars. So I mean, I would definitely say that's overall worth it. Switch cameras. So Cole's kind of made some of the discovery that the gears are actually having a small problem.
Yeah, they're really like damaged looking. Not damaged, they're just super dirty, and there's like grime and dust and dirt on them.
some build-up and all that. So,
I don't care about Amber Alerts.
ooh.
Me with the controversial opinion.
Yeah, so, it appears that there is some built-up and everything. So we're going to try to work on getting that out. Do you think we need something to, like, scrape it out? Like, something small? 'Cause I've got
No, I think I
stuff.
just need to take this gear assembly out.
So now we just need to get the side panel off. The disc has stopped since it was already opened.
Let me try.
It was loading Need for Speed, but
Try cranking the console again.
so we've got it running right here on my computer.
Right.
But we're gonna try to make it think that it's closed since it has the sensor to see whether it's closed.
Alright, I need to ID. I don't know why, but I'm having a tough time pressing it right now. I just use one of these Q-tips, that'll work.
Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so we're booting up. Let's see if we can read the game here. Should we reset it? Okay, alright. So, we're trying to boot in. Alright, so it's loading in Need for Speed. So we actually have this working right now. It should be. It's loading in Need for Speed, but Need for Speed seems like it's worked on a lot of consoles that have had a lot of problems. It's kind of the miracle of games. So we might test it on a few other PS1 games, like we've got Mega Man X4 over here that we're probably going to plug in next.
How long does this game take to load?
It takes a little bit to load, so we'll probably pick up and see what happens. Alright, so we've loaded in, and
No
it
way.
actually is working. It is actually working. Fully functional Need for Speed right here. So we're going to test it with a few other games, just to see. As you can see, Cole is in amazement right now.
I mean, you know, when I first saw the disc, I don't know why, but I had the suspicion in the back of my head that it was like the rails on the laser. Because those, like, they have thermal grease in them, and it slows down after all. I mean, it, like, gunks up.
Yeah.
And it can
So-
freeze the rails.
Are you ready to play some PlayStation 1, my man?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So all I did was just get some, like, puts a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on it, and then blasted a couple times with the compressed air, and that fixed it.
Alright, so we might test with a few more games before we put it back together. Alright, so we actually got it to work, which is really nice.
Yep. Just testing out its Primal Rage right now.
Yeah, we're playing some Primal Rage. Oh, what, dude, you hit one player? How could you?
Oops. You can press start.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm so dumb. This is a good game, but I do not play it very often, unfortunately. Because there's so many other PlayStation games that I like. Oh, you're gonna take...
I stole the OP guy.
You stole him? Well, I'm going to be this guy. I like him. Blizzard. He is my fam. So, yeah. When it comes to games like this, the beat 'em up games, I honestly prefer to use analog. Even though I don't really like analog on the PS1. Sorry, not analog, sorry. The D-pad, because personally I think it's just a poorly made D-pad, but I think it works so much better.
Okay. Kind of
yeah.
just threw us into there.
Ooh, you gonna come at me? Come at me, bro. Come at me. You got me. You got this. You want some of this?
Ouch,
You want some of
ouch,
this?
ouch, ouch,
You want some?
ouch,
You want
ouch,
some?
ouch. My brain machine is broke.
See, I won that, man. I told you, don't doubt me, man. Even though you got the best character.
I don't know the
I won.
combos in this game.
Dude, I'm not even using any combos.
It said
man.
you were using combos on the side.
Well, that's a lie. I'm just using one button. I'm button mashing, man. I don't know. I mean, it's not like Mortal Kombat combos where it's like up, down, right, A, B, whatever. Well, in this case, it'd be like X, triangle stuff. But like, I will just say, oh, gee, why does it stall me out like that? I hate that.
Because in your top right, you have like a brain gauge, and that's like,
The brain machine is broke.
you see, like a brain just melted.
Oh, see, you know, I never really paid attention to that. That's actually kind of, that's not really a bad idea.
Yeah, it's like,
Like, okay, in Mortal Kombat, it shows you like breaking some guy's like skull open, but I mean, and then you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go back and like fight. You know, that's normal. It's normal. There's no like consequence from it. You might just like limp a little or something, but it's like, why am I limping if I just got like my skull pounded in? Why am I not dead?
Did you just launch some of the people?
Yeah, the people were just like, oh, what's happening? Oh wait, we gotta see the lady on the load screen.
combo.
We gotta see the lady on the load screen. Oh. No!
Look
How?
much health I had.
I think
Oh, wow.
$5 for a functioning PlayStation 1 is a really good deal. And we also got 2 memory cards. Granted, they're not stock Sony, but we got 2 memory cards and all the cords. And with a small amount of tweaking, this PlayStation works just fine. And we still need to order another spring to fix the open tray button. But that's really not a big deal for what we got, so...
Yeah. We don't even need to do that.
I mean, it's really not necessary, but it would definitely be something for the future. It would bring up the selling price. But we got some games. We're going to go play them, I guess.
Look at me, I'll find me and you somewhere